today. But then let's begin with the story where the Nigerian Army dismissed media reports suggesting that there is a leadership vacuum following the absence of the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Taoreed Lagbaja. It also issued a warning to those calling for a military coup, describing it as a treasonable offence under the law. The clarification comes in a statement signed by the Director of Defense Information, Brigadier General Tukur Gusau, on Monday after a viral video where some persons were calling for a military takeover surfaced online. It also clarified that there was never an appointment of an acting Chief of Army Staff to replace Taoreed Lagbaja, who it said is on annual leave. He stated that the armed forces is professionally managed and all the service chiefs are performing their duties as stipulated in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It also explains that the Chief of Policy and Plans, Major General Abdulsalam Bagudu Ibrahim, is providing routine brief to the Chief of Army Staff in accordance with standard military procedures, contrary to the speculation of the appointment of an acting Chief of Army Staff. Well, there are also reports that the Chief of Army Staff, who is said to be on leave, medical leave, if I may put it that way, spoke with the President yesterday, briefing him on the state of his health, how far he has come, and that how far he's improving with his health, and that the President was actually happy to hear him speak with him and also wished him a quick recovery with regards to that. And then this matter of, I don't know why people just like to thrive in spreading rumors. Some will tell you, oh, there is no smoke without a fire and all of those. The army has been coming out to debunk all sorts of rumors that is being peddled about them. The first one was that he had died, talking about Taoreed Lagbaja, Lieutenant General Taoreed Lagbaja had died, but they had to come out to say that, no, he's not. He's actually on medical leave. And now another one saying someone else was appointed in acting capacity. But the army has come out to say they have procedures, they have a protocol. And so I think a lot of people need to understand the procedures in place for the army and how things run. Of course, someone would need to be, relating with him, liaising with him, just as we have rightly pointed out. But people should, or Nigerians, should be wary of rumors.
I mean, anyone can fall ill. It's not a positive experience, especially, but of course we wish the Chief of Army Staff a quick recovery. But this speaks to the increase in the level of, disinformation, misinformation that we still have, despite the amount of information we have online, to verify some of these things. When I saw that story, I saw it on an online platform, which in most cases or most times, I've seen a lot of unverifiable statements being made. I want to believe that possibly some persons are using that to push out a narrative. There were also, concerns about the fact that there was a promotional examination which actually brought about this rumor. I understand that the Chief of Army Staff already spoke to the President, and this should douse the tension on ground since someone else has been put in place to handle the situation. But misinformation, disinformation, spreading unverified information is something that can actually, ruin an organization, ruin a good thing that is going on in the country. And so this should be addressed.
Absolutely, it should be addressed. That's why there had been calls for us to put measures to check activities of people on social media and the likes. There are people who do these things just for traffic, for the sake of traffic to their website or their platform, whatever it is. But at the end of the day, you do not know, like you rightly pointed out, the immense impact it can have. And then you also see that a lot of people, because of sensationalism, because of one thing or the other, just choose to accept certain information. These kinds of information trend quickly, as against when you're actually speaking the fact. Now, so it is important that we begin to break this chain of disinformation, misinformation, fake news as quickly as possible. And I like the fact that the spokesperson for the army came out to speak. But they must do much more, such that this gap that people are taking advantage of is bridged, such that people can no longer take advantage of it. And then those calling for a coup and all of that, I saw that video, and now in my head I'm wondering, these people do not know what they are saying. It goes to speak to the level of ignorance that a lot of people carry, if I may use that word. Because if you were, if you knew about what happened during the period of the military era, there are certain narratives you would not push. You'd rather push for good governance. You'd rather see how you can hold government to account. You'd rather be a part of the process that brings people into power in a democracy, because that is where people decide. I don't want to be part of those who go out to vote. You collect your PVCs, but you don't want to vote because you do not want to be part of the process. And on the other hand, government needs to begin to ensure that people understand what good governance is about. People begin to see dividends of democracy, so that we would not be having these kinds of statements and narrative. This is not the first time we are hearing people push for this kind of thing. Yeah.
And so there is a saying that you do not know what you have until you lose it. Like you mentioned, rightly, for those who were there during the military era, they will not actually wish for something like this, especially when you look at the kind of freedom that we experience in this democratic dispensation. Perhaps we should be looking into taking these things back to the schools. Patriotism, the love for the country, having to take them back to schools for children to, inculcate this. Because I will say there is a level of, apathy in that sense as regards, governance, politics, things, a love for the country and, good citizenship. And so I believe that these are issues that should still be addressed, and possibly
leadership is also key
to the root, taking it to schools to ensure that at least the next generation have that level of patriotism that we need in the country.
Absolutely. And as they often say, leadership is key. If you are talking about patriotism as a leader, not just political now, but whether you are in politics or not, how much patriotism have you shown? There are those who influence, who wield so much influence. How much patriotism are they showing when you're speaking about the country? In what light are you speaking? I recall I was speaking with someone 2 days ago, and he was saying, you know what, I'm not leaving this country, whatever it takes. And he's that kind of person. He wields a lot of influence, and he's that kind of person that has shown that, despite the challenges, seeming challenges that we are going through as a country, it's just a phase, and I'm here to stay. If it is to leave the country, he has the money, but he is saying, whatever it is, I will make my own impact and also influence people to see things my way towards government. So it's a two-sided coin where government is playing its part and the people are also playing their part, so that there is a trust. There's a trust deficit. So people can trust government and be committed and be patriotic at the end of the day. That's what we are saying. So if we are trying to strike a balance, government play your part and the people play their part as well. Right. We'll leave the conversation here now and quickly bring you the news update. The Nigerian Immigration Service has confirmed the arrest of